I think we're going live and got it. That's the official going live stream thing that it does when it's going live streaming. And so I take the first minute here just to post the link around so everyone knows, welcome to the YouTube channel, Joey Only and Brandon Hauk here. And I don't need to be watching it on the TV. No, I just want to open that up and grab the link. And then I have a pre-made post already. Joey and Brandon are live. So I think that's good. So what do you got for today? What are we going to talk about, you think, Brandon?
I'll probably go through the SPC outlooks here for the next couple of days, including that threat for some dangerous weather in the US. And we had a tornado touchdown this afternoon just east of downtown Los Angeles.
Excellent. What's it doing in Alberta? Is it going to, it's going to stay cool there? Is it going to cool down even further?
Well, some areas warmed up. So half the province is near 10 degrees. The other half is near -5 at this hour. So it is all over the place. All depends because we've had this fog kind of low cloud inversion kind of stick around for the last couple of days here. So now we're finally starting to get rid of some of that inversion and starting to bump up the temperatures for today and tomorrow. And then we cool back down again for the weekend with the potential for some snow this weekend and into early next week.
Excellent. So welcome, everybody. If you're joining us, this is my channel. There's a weird glitch going on with my camera, and I'm not happy about that because it certainly means that the sole purpose of this camera being bought was to make better video quality for our show, especially, but it's already come in so handy and I can run it great through OBS software, but I don't know what that glitch is about here. There it goes. Terrible. So great. Yesterday you had some great images and we could see in the morning kind of that classic hook shape of that low sweeping into California. And I do now have you able, so one of the new settings changes I got is that you can share screen too.
All right.
If you notice, and if you can't, I can make you co-host, and now you can for sure.
Okay, I just got to find it.
Yeah, so you find that, and look, I got something else here in the meantime. I just got to. It's like the two-part thing here I have to do. First, I have to like get the live stream set up, and then I have to be ready to actually run it. So here we go. Here's some interesting news today here in Vancouver. While you find North Vancouver, while you find that this guy was accused of torching 2 porta potties. Brandon, this guy, you recognize him? Yeah.
Oh, is that you?
I don't think so, but it. No, there's no sideburns. But I'd be more likely to push the porta potty onto its door if someone I didn't like was inside. The first arson happened. Oh, and of course, Global's bland humor. You'll love this though, Brandon. It's a rather crappy offense. Yeah.
Oh man.
I refrain from making the obvious stupid jokes because, man dies after portable washroom fire in Abbotsford. People die. Could you imagine that? You live your whole life trying to survive. You're like, crossing the street safely, trying to eat right, cut down on your diet, and then you die in a fucking porta potty. Oh yeah, and this is a woman who. Oh, I gotta watch the ad. No, I don't want to watch no ads. So a woman got blown over in a porta potty. That's always, so if you're getting into a porta potty and it's really windy, pay attention to which way the wind's blowing, because if it gets blown onto its back and you can still open the door and get out, that's cool. If it gets blown onto its side, there might be turds everywhere. You might still be able to get out, but you have a lot more. Kingston police looking for porta potty pusher. So yeah, people do that. They, I'm not the only one. And Kitchener man arrested after local politician receives death threats, Brandon. So that's.
Oh, man.
Yeah. What do you expect? Everyone's crazy these days, and they think that they're they're justified in it. So you got that image there.
Did it work? It doesn't say share. It just says, gives me all these options, but it doesn't have the button that says share on here.
Doesn't say share screen with a big green.
Oh, there it is. That's what it. Okay, that's. Took me a second here.
And that was more like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. Now that should work, right?
That's an Alberta second. It says started screen sharing, and I bet you there it comes.
There
yeah,
it
so there's
is.
that. I definitely had that one on my list of websites. So that's good you brought that up. I was hoping you had some video of that coming into California yesterday. Because like what I saw setting up when I first made a video that nobody watched on tornado reporting.
I'm gonna go to my Facebook
saying that there's probably going to be an outbreak, because I was showing that I'm good. There I am.
All right, we'll go to my page here. So we do have a video.
I was saying, so you got one thing, you got storms pouring in on the California coast, slamming in, and then they're jumping over the mountains and becoming things like Colorado lows, basically. Then you have a lot of convective available potential energy and moisture in the air trying to come up through the Gulf of Mexico. Then you have all this big cold air mass sitting across on most of the continent. Okay, so there's the tornado in Montebello.
There's tornado. Let me pull this up full screen.
Just east of downtown LA.
Right there, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard of a tornado in LA.
Let's see if we can pull this full screen. Come on now. Full screen. Oh
well, we can still see it.
Where is it? That's not tornado.
Brandon.
In technology. There we go. That's sort of full screen ish. So yeah, there it is right there.
High base.
Debris.
High base, bit of debris. Doesn't look too ridiculously powerful.
Nope.
But
nice stovepipe.
I do like how it's got the nice bulging. There's definitely two different kinds of tornadoes that I see. Sometimes it's got that low bulging area. Josh has already gone to the store. I was going to buy Lisa papers when I was there.
Oh yeah.
So that's, I got to deal with that today. So that low came into Los Angeles yesterday, and it was this big sweeping. I don't know if you still have that image anywhere. I think I have it. I think I saved it from you, but I think it's still just in our talk back and forth. And it was like fantastic shape, the way it was lashing into the coast. You could really see that counterclockwise motion sweeping in. And you get the idea of how it's jumping over the mountains and starting to set up for some real severe and stupid weather. I was thinking it would be Thursday, but that was a couple of days ago based on what things we're looking at. You're saying today it looks more like Friday, and for who?
Oh yeah, Friday. I'm just going to pull up a forecast sounding. Well, this is the before we're going to look at the sounding here just quickly. I'm going to go to the NAM here, and then I'm going to pull this down. This is a fun site to go on here. We're going to go to the float one. All right, here's float one, and we're going to pull this up here.
Wow, Brandon, you know all the sites.
I do know all the sites. We're going to go to convective stuff. We're going to go to significant tornado parameter. So this is the next this doesn't include or yesterday's. What did that do? That one. Oh yeah.
So definitely the north end of Texas might see some.
So that's for tonight into tomorrow. I'm just going to pull this up so we can see the Friday situation here.
That's in New Orleans.
Comes bump, bump, bump.
Oh yeah,
there.
Right
that
through
is
New
the
Orleans.
Significant tornado parameter. So I clicked on that image there.
And what's that right north of New Orleans? That's Missouri.
Yeah, that's into Arkansas, southern Arkansas there. Yeah.
Yeah, Arkansas.
So this is the sounding here that I pulled up from that. And you can see the photograph here. That is a curvature there. We have a classic supercell look here with the inverted V profile, and that's indicated PDS tornado, which is particularly dangerous situation tornado there, and a significant supercell in this area. Cape values are up there over 1,000 joules per kilogram as well. So you can see this is going to be this could be quite a situation on Friday as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours here. So
I love when you show me these science things that more or less confirm what I expected was going to happen.
Oh yeah.
You know, I get these feelings about things, and
so yeah, this is the outlook for day 2, the convective outlook, which indicates a slight risk for areas around Fort Worth, Texas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas here. That is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms there. The marginal risk extends up to the north. So tomorrow, the potential for tornadoes is going to be very small for tomorrow. I'd say less than 2%. So maybe an isolated tornado, but the bigger threat tomorrow is going to be the hail. Now, this is going back to, this is kind of, okay, that's gone sideways here. That's from today. Hold on.
And I was looking at that sort of Sunday and Monday looking ahead. So, you know, what I saw for
there we go. There's that 2% right there.
What I saw for a setup looked more like it was going to be into the Missouri Valley at that time and into mid Mississippi Valley, but now it's looking more like lower Mississippi Valley. Yeah, and we did see even on those forecasts that Friday we were going to have storms pounding into New Orleans. I just think the setup now looks way more ripe. And of course, as days go on, that's what happens, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, tomorrow we've got the tornado out, the slight chance of tornado. I think the bigger threat tomorrow is going to be hail, probably about size of tennis balls and baseballs there. And that's this area right there. That's right around Fort Sill there up to Norman. So some very large hail could be likely for tomorrow. And then we'll go to day 3 here. And this is the enhanced risk in orange for areas around Greenville, Jackson, Mississippi, Alexandria, and Vicksburg, Mississippi, Monroe, Louisiana. All
that's
included
the same.
In that.
That's the same Greenfield.
Oh yeah.
So
right
Greenfield, there. Kentucky, or no,
through Mississippi, Louisiana into Arkansas, right where we found that PDS there.
Right.
For Friday, right in this area here. So this is the probabilistic of a potential for severe weather in that hatched area there. Looking 30% or higher at least.
Greenville's been hit by a very bad tornado before.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm trying to recollect. A lot of these areas have.
Yeah. So it could be quite a day on Friday in the lower Mississippi River Valley there. So yeah, there's the Mississippi River right there. So that's where the strongest storms are going to be. With that, we'll just read through this quickly here. So that is the supercell thunderstorms, all hazards, including strong tornadoes, possible lower Mississippi Valley. And we'll see upper pattern early Friday morning will likely be characterized by broad troughing across western Conus and subtropical regions centered over the Straits of Florida. Enhanced mid-level flow will extend throughout western and southern the periphery of the upper trough, and then throughout the northwestern periphery of the subtropical ridge. Low amplified shortwave trough forecast to move from the base of the upper trough quickly eastwards across the southern plains throughout the day, then more northeastwards throughout the mid-south overnight. Strong mid-level flow will accompany with the 100 knot at 500 millibar jet there. So that'll be accompanying the short wave spreading across Texas into the mid-south there. And the surface pattern preceding the shortwave trough expected to feature a low over the North Texas early Friday, the cold front extending southward from this low into Texas Hill Country, and a stationary front extending northeastwards into the middle Ohio Valley. This low is forecast to move northeastwards throughout the day while deepening significantly. Expectation is for the broad area of upper low 60 dew points to be in place from East Texas across the lower Mississippi Valley, head of the surface low associated front Cloud cover may temper daytime heating, but afternoon temperatures will likely still reach the 80s, contributing to moderate buoyancy across much of the region. In addition to this buoyancy, moderate mid-level flow atop the strengthening low-level flow, supported by maturing cyclone ahead of the approaching shortwave trough, will contribute to long hodographs with substantial low-level magnitude and veerings. As a result, environment will be favorable for supercells. Current expectations is for storms to develop during the afternoon over southwest Arkansas and western Louisiana. Perhaps as far west as the East Texas, this development should occur ahead of the cold front within the open warm sector, maturing it as it moves eastward across the lower Mississippi Valley. A discrete supercell mode is anticipated initially with all severe weather hazards possible, including strong tornadoes. Upscale growth into the convection line is anticipated after this initially discrete mode, which will the line pushing eastwards across Mississippi and Alabama overnight, despite this less buoyancy in areas further south, augmented forcing for the agent close to the surface low could result in bowing line segments capable of damaging wind gusts and embedded tornadoes Friday afternoon and through Friday evening. So, yeah, it's looking like a wild time, that's for sure.
And we got lots of heat there. You can see where the cold air mass of the continent still is. It's reaching down. Of course, it's not as cold and deep as it once was, but it's given that nice, you got 10 degrees here and you got 27 there, and it's all colliding right over Oklahoma Friday at noon. And that's going to put everything along the flanks of that. Basically, if you look along that millibar right there, isobar, sorry, between there's one between Houston running sort of up to Memphis, and then you have the one just above it, and that looks like kind of the nice little alley right there, you know what I'm saying? And if we go back to rain and thunder and watch where it's going to ride that, here we go, 3 p.m. That's starting to turn real angry. And those storms are well developed all day, shifting, morphing. But here's where we start to see it grow real tall, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's 3 p.m., 5 p.m. So there you go. Through Arkansas, Swifton, Pleasant Plains, Newport, Mayflower, Searcy at 5 p.m. maybe, depending how this changes the next 2 days. Fountain Hill. And here's one down here. What kind of population bases are in those areas, Brandon?
Through there's a pretty big population. This is especially in the Mississippi there and into Alabama. This activity will likely be hitting some major cities such as Jackson, Mississippi there. And they're pretty much known for being this active, especially this time of year. It is typical to be in the tornado season. This is their tornado season.
Well, that's exactly it. And that's why when I first saw this sort of setup just for the temperatures and what was moving across, and then how this low is going to track into the Great Lakes area and affect there. I was like, well, that's a pretty classic setup.
Oh, yeah.
And so it wasn't a big guess for me before anybody was really saying it, to be like, well, look, it's the right time of year. You got all the right conditions, probably going to be a tornado outbreak next week. Maybe I was wrong on the day, but I even said so in my video. There's Mount Vernon in Illinois. It was destroyed by a tornado once, if you recall.
Yep.
I can't recall the story off the top of my head. I believe it was in the 90s or something, though, if it wasn't in the 80s. Maybe that was in the 1985 outbreak.
Oh, maybe.
That's what happened. Yes, it was. That was the 1985 outbreak, the same one that had the Barry tornadoes. There was an F5 that went through Pennsylvania that day, if you recall the story. And Mount Vernon in Illinois, I'm not sure if it was an F3 or F4, but the town was just, wiped off the map, right? It was horrible.
Oh, yeah. You see this in the relative humidity as well. Look at that. Humidity valley is about 40 to 50%. And then you go back to Texas where it's like 18, 15%. That's the dry air and the backside of the low. And then where the storms have gone through, you've got near 100% relative humidity here. So, oh, yeah.
There you go.
Buoyant
There's
atmosphere.
that.
So you got humidity, temperatures pushing the 80s here,
Yeah,
or
deep
mid to high
low,
20s.
lots of warmth,
And then you got cold air
constant
fighting on the
feed of
backside.
constant feed of shit coming in off the coast. And finally, like what we've had the benefit of for quite a while is weather that's been moving basically on a northerly bent. We've been getting these nice southerly winds, more or less bringing warmth into. We've been lucky that way, but as you can see, in the coming days, we're going to get less of that, right? So it's not going to be a huge temperature drop, but we're still hovering below seasonal. And what I was saying to one of my wildfire bosses was that we're basically still stuck in this big cold air mass. We have been for the last number of weeks because the jet stream's down here somewhere doing its thing, however it's behaving today. We've been on the north side of that for a couple of weeks. It's just we've been having a lot more the way that the lows and highs have been turning, weather coming from a beneficial direction. So you've been getting some nice Chinooks and stuff like that, right? As opposed to more of that northern cold. And I've seen like Saskatchewan still having some pretty brutal cold nights in their forecast. Like,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think I gotta go to the other model here. I'm going to go to, hold on.
I'll give this back in a second. I want to just talk about a few other things, but here's 7 p.m. Oh, look at that, and that's a real ripe hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oops. That's go time, right? Every time there's been, not every time, but so often when there's been really bad tornadoes, it's that time of day, right? So anybody who's living in that area, I mean, look out, right? Southeast Mississippi at that time. I mean, how many of these get spinning on their own? I don't know. How many of these are actually independent cells? How many are connected into a line? That's stuff that on the day of we'll find out, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll show you the simulated radar here.
Okay, one second.
Okay.
Keep that on hold because that's what we'll go to next. But it's real slowly moving through, right? Original forecasts were having it sort of bounce through here much faster. That's the other thing. So why the severe threat's been pushed to Friday for those places. And you see that, it's the Colorado low, basically. It's coming into southern Ontario. You got freezing rain through Toronto Saturday, 9 a.m. Snow, lots of snow through Wisconsin and rain coming into southern Ontario, go to Ottawa Valley, looking for heavy snow on Saturday. And you can see in BC, we've got like a real mild low, nothing that exciting going on. So there'll be snow off and on in the coming days. But poor California, right?
Yeah, they've been having quite a tough go over the last little while there.
The other thing I wanted to point out quickly before we got off of windy, Brandon, was this classic setup here in the Atlantic that's been going on. And here we go, boom, another storm lashes out, coming and it should bring some warmer weather at least when it hits Newfoundland.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's not really hitting it, it's just kind of whipping around and touching it. But yeah, these are classic storm setups that you see in the North Atlantic. And the other place you'll see those a lot are here in the Aleutians, right?
Yeah.
To miserably stormy places for navigation. Okay. What you got for me?
So we'll go back to the severe weather threat here. I'm going to take a look at the simulated radar reflectivity. So this is kind of look at radar ahead of time here on how things are shaping up here. This is the NAM 4 kilometer. Yeah, NAM 4 kilometer. And so, yeah, we wait for you can see that all this flow coming out of the Gulf of Mexico here. Everything's coming out of the south there. So it looks Pretty cool, doesn't it? You see all that, you get some nice little showers here or there, nothing too serious. And then as we go on into Friday, still that warm southerly flow. And then bam, here comes the cold front late day Friday into Saturday coming out of Texas. There's that line right there. And then we're going to go a little further, and there's the storms are going to pull this up. There's your supercells there into southern Arkansas.
Yeah.
See that right there. Get some
Whole
isolated
bunch
cells
of
ahead of.
a whole bunch of isolated ones.
Yeah, a whole bunch of isolated ones before it all becomes one big solid line here as it pushes its way into Mississippi. And there's that whole line moving through Mississippi there, kind of a stationary line along the cold front there as it sweeps its way through the south there. So there's some different modeling outputs on here. So I'm going to look at the significant tornado parameter on here. And this is a look at that significant tornado parameter. We're going to pull this back just a tad. You can see, oh yeah, all the reds and purples in there. That's indication for significant tornadoes in southern Arkansas on this model as well. And I'm going to take a look at, I believe, helicity swaths here. So this indication where we've got rotating updrafts coming through. I'm going to wait for that to load. There we go. So we're going to pull this back so you can see where we have the potential for any type of rotating updrafts on this one. We've got a couple swaths right there through southern Arkansas rotating updrafts there. So that's where we have good chance for any types of tornadoes and possibly a few long track ones as well. That one wants to put it right into Tennessee there. So that's also something to watch as well. And then another really cool thing we like to take a look at is the, oh yes, how about the surface-based cape? How much energy there is in the atmosphere for these kind of significant storms. And that also tells you a story as well. So this is the cape values, cape index.
Boom.
Pull this back here. So cape indicating, yes, convective available potential energy. That's one of the key things we like to look at ahead of an event like this. And you see the cape values are through the roof there. All that southerly flow moving in. So those are
that's
the
a beautiful
cape
model.
values. So that is the NAM 4 kilometer model. Supercell composite as well. That's another good one to take a look at as well. See the numbers are through the roof there. You can see the jet, the low level jet, the winds are just screaming aloft here at least 100 knots. So that's indication for when the winds are very strong aloft, indicating that we could be dealing with some big problems on Friday.
You have winds at the top going one way, then you have winds at the surface going another. You have a steady feed of fuel. You have dry slot in behind just to piss it off. You got cold enough air coming in from the north, and you got this consistent funnel of moisture going over the Rockies through California, who's already had a tornado today. So that's telling, right?
Oh yeah.
Don't you think?
Tells a story, that's for sure.
You know, to me, that's the kind of thing that I really pay attention to, right? Well, if it's already doing that, what's it going to do when it actually finds a place to turn into storms? You notice I got my California Highway Patrol hat on today.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
Yeah. I wish I should find that, see if I can find that image from last night you had. I don't know if I downloaded it or not from you. I just thought it was just such a classic. No, I didn't yet. I downloaded your Macarena instead.
That was bad. Yeah.
Do you like what I did with it though?
Oh yeah, that was good. That was good. I was bad at that, but anyways. So I was gonna see if I can pull up the map for Texas tomorrow. So I'm gonna take a look at the. Oh yeah, this is a bigger picture here. So this is the I believe simulated reflectivity. So we'll take a look at tomorrow as well because Tomorrow's going to be an active day too. In parts of Texas, you can see the flow moving in from the south to the north. And boom. Hold on. Back. This map is so big. Back up. There we go. So there's the start of the activity tomorrow in Oklahoma. So as you can see there, yeah, the storms don't look as impressive here. So that's why they're going with the only large hail threat for Oklahoma tomorrow. But yeah, some of the hailstones could be up about the size of baseballs tomorrow. So it's going to be a definite interesting day.
Well, if that's happening, I mean, the chance of a downdraft still existing that can destroy someone's home is still there, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
here's Fridays.
We tend to overlook the tornado days that aren't, high chance because of that, but there's still all kinds of pandemonium can happen. And I notice there's all kinds of nice storm activity up north too.
Yeah.
That maybe not as ripe for supercell development, but looks like it's still riding quite a bit of that cold air edge.
Yeah. So look at tomorrow here, see where our best chance to get a tornado. And this stuff's kind of more like clutter or something like that, but the energy's there. Maybe right along that Texas-Oklahoma border there.
That's more or less what we were thinking days ago, so that's cool.
Yeah. So I'll pull up the sounding here just to take a look. That'll take a couple seconds. Sounding, let's go. It's taking more than a couple seconds. Just thinking. Think of an evil plan. Here we go. There's the sounding. So yeah, it has a tornado possibility there. Still a little bit of a curvature on the hoodograph there. Non-supercell, but the big hail right there. Oh yeah. Still indicating the large hail. Capes up over 1,000 joules. There will be a bit of a capping inversion tomorrow, so that may limit storm development when you have a strong cap. That kind of like shaking that pop bottle there, and nobody's opening it, and the atmosphere doesn't blow up, so storms don't happen. So that's what we've got right here, is that strong cap in place. So that's what's going to be the problem for tomorrow, but I don't think cap will be an issue on Friday for the main event moving through Mississippi, Louisiana, and on into Alabama. But there's a slight chance of an isolated tornado. It's still a classic little bit of a supercell look to that on that inverted V profile there. So that is for tomorrow. And then this is for, no, that's for another area. This is for Friday, where you have that textbook curvature there. So that's indicating for that PDS tornado. When you see that word PDS there, that's it's big problems.
Hey, Frankie, how's it going?
This is a special edition.
Yeah, it's just, well, what I was actually trying to do, most of all, we have a good thing to talk about here, which is the storm setup, Frankie. But because I'm using new software and new camera and all this, and I changed a whole bunch of settings on our Zoom. So I wanted to test them to make sure that for our show tomorrow, everything was running smooth.
Yeah. Hey, Joey, this is just a test.
It's just a test, but we're live right now on YouTube right now, Frankie. So we're talking about the tornado threat in the coming days. What do you think is going to happen?
It's going to bring the tornadoes all across eastern United States. In southeastern United States like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas. Then it got snow ahead for Cape Breton Friday. Another snow ahead for Sunday. Then it got snow on next week as well. Then Vancouver's getting more rain on the west coast. Los Angeles getting really cold weather late next week.
Yeah, there was a tornado in Los Angeles today, Frankie. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, it was really, really bad. I did a forecast for them. It's on my YouTube channel. I did a forecast for LA.
What are you doing right now? Where are you? I think we lost him. I think we're outside of
at Denny's there.
He walked out the door and lost it.
50-cent beer night at Hooters.
That's what's going on, is it?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
I don't even think they have Hooters there in Sydney. I have to look. I don't think they do. I guess we'll have to ask him.
Excellent. So here I got something going on.
Oh yeah.
Let's give it a second here. This is California from a couple days ago, or maybe a week or
Oh
two
yeah.
ago. This video, and just some extreme snow that's been going on there.
The weather's really bad in LA, California.
Yeah, they've been having the worst weather in the world for a while, haven't they?
That means it's an odd weather pattern. It's going to bring more rain to Los Angeles next week, according to AccuWeather.
Right. When does La Nina fade, Frankie, and El Nino start?
Later, La Nina has faded. There'll be transition over to El Nino. Once summer comes, there's going to be a lot of typhoons in Japan, Taiwan, Korea, and all these countries in China, Vietnam, Philippines, Hong Kong, and all those places.
Where do you think people should be prepared for tornadoes in the next couple of days, Frankie?
Get your medical kits, emergency kits, flashlights, candles, extra batteries, generators, battery operated lanterns, and bottled water ready as well.
Have you seen where the storms are probably going to go?
Storm's going to bring lots of snow in Cape Breton and rain in southwestern Nova Scotia this next week and the week after. It's going to be stormy for the next 3 straight months in my area.
Seems like it, eh? Seems like it. So this is some of the snow. Did you see the video I made today, Frankie? I was tobogganing off my roof with the kids, and now the kids got all wet and cold, so we came in the house, and now they're watching YouTube in their room quietly. So that's really cute. I wore them out.
More storms. Then again, lots of storms coming off the coast of Japan. That means it's a giant low pressure. There's a giant high pressure system over Greenland. That's the Greenland block.
That's right. Yeah, and we were looking at one of the models, and we've seen that Sydney. Well, that you got another big low that's going to develop off the East Coast there in the coming days. We did see that, didn't we, Brandon?
Yes. Next couple of days here looks like a pretty nasty snowstorm for parts of Nova Scotia around Cape Breton there, extending through PEI and parts of New Brunswick, and then Newfoundland going to get hit again with another 15 to 25.
Then they got another one on Sunday, another one next Thursday. Then they got really cold air for Los Angeles again.
Oh, yes. It's going to be winter's not going away, that's for sure.
Even in California, too.
Mm-hmm.
Climate change.
Okay, I got something for you here that everybody wants to see. So this is Montebello in California.
Yes, California did some damage there. That's why I did my weather forecast for Los Angeles.
That looks like a roof really badly damaged.
Yes.
F0, F1 strength, maybe. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, I'd say probably F0, F1. Yeah. By the looks,
you got another damaged roof there, so you can kind of clearly see where the damage path goes through, can't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A little bit stronger winds there.
There doesn't look like anybody was injured, so that's good. That's always a goal.
And you see, just here's a good thing to notice that if you were down in that low pocket there, even though you were outside, you would have been pretty safe in this tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joey, next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, that's 4 p.m. Pacific Time, I'll be on Jamie Clump's podcast, Kins of Clump podcast. You could join if you're not busy. Next
When's
Wednesday.
That again, Frankie?
Wednesday at 8 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kins of Clump podcast at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
So you mean next week?
Yeah.
Or do you mean tonight? Okay. Yeah, I don't have the kids next week. I don't have the kids next week, so that would work better for me.
Imogen was on his podcast last month.
Was she?
Yes.
So we got lots of pictures of. Here we go. I think we're going to find some actual footage coming up here in a minute. Voice of a meteorologist. Well, we don't need to listen to Maria Quibin because we're here. Joey Only Care Be Weather Dude to tell you what to think. So here's a bunch of people who they're all saying, "Wow, nothing happens," and usually if they lose something, it's because it was stolen. But this time the weather took it. This guy's like, "My wallet flew away. Hey, give me back my wallet."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I got something to say. I predicted an earthquake for Japan sometime this year.
Yeah, when do you think, Frankie? Well, how big of an earthquake? Look at that.
Sometime 2023.
We got debris.
There's debris. Yeah.
So yeah, it may have had moments where it was stronger than other moments, for sure.
Yeah.
When you look at the damage there, there's some downdrafts and updrafts that may have been particularly strong.
Yeah.
Like this one here looks pretty good. There's a strong moment. That roof just peeled right off.
Oh yeah.
These guys
It
have
was a
broken
really
windows
bad
from
tornado.
cars, and again, they're used to this being because of humans, not because of nature. You know, and
Yep.
this time it wasn't humans.
Oh yeah. There's
Look at that piece of wood wedged into that. Is neat.
That is neat. Yeah. A couple of damaged vehicles there, or I guess not totally damaged, just
I mean, it's not quite a straw driven into a tree, but that was still pretty neat.
yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of vehicles all bumped up there. Some tree branches.
Winter's not going away anytime soon in LA either.
No, it looks like we're going to be colder here in BC for a while yet, too. I mean, not particularly
And Texas is
nasty,
getting
and there's
through.
not any real bad storms coming, but we're still looking at below seasonal and, snow kind of flirting with us off and on.
Yeah.
Well, in Texas, it's going to get below normal temperatures too.
And that's going to fuel the anger of the weather. Here's this guy. He's like,
He's got some wood. I'm taking it home. Taking it home.
Ecuador had a 6.8 magnitude earthquake, and the other place now, Indonesia had a volcano.
like, free wood. Totally.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, how many tornadoes have been in Los Angeles, you think?
This is pretty rare event, actually. I don't think there has been that many. I have to look. I have to Google here. When's the last time there was a tornado in LA?
Yeah, Google that. Like, I know Vancouver had one a couple years ago, and people were like, that's really rare. But surprisingly, because of all the water spout activity that can happen in that area, like some percentage of BC's tornadoes have been in Burnaby, Vancouver, Nanaimo, places like that. And then the more powerful ones seem to have been more organized, seem to have been up here in the Caribou, Prince George, more consistent when there's tornado development of any kind in BC. But, to me, it's not that shocking anymore if something like that kind of happens down there out of the blue. And I don't expect it usually to be quite as strong as that one that hit Vancouver a couple of years ago was.
So the last one in LA County was in 2021, it says. And then there's one in 2014 and 2007. So
that's LA County, but that's not the city itself, right?
Yeah. I'll keep looking here.
But that's okay. So that gives us an idea. It's not, but I mean, that's the last couple of years I've had LA getting California pounded sometimes. Maybe not enough to have changed the drought until this year.
There's some other people are saying that the end is near, protesting.
So
yeah, I hope so.
So since the year 19, go ahead.
I hope it's near for humans. I mean, we're not doing the earth any favors. The earth doesn't need us. There's that wood stuck in the car again. Free wood. Take it home. Souvenir. That time my car got hit by a tornado.
Yeah. So I believe since 1950, about 45 tornadoes have touched down in the county there. 45. That's since 1950.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised. That's an old building, so before you start judging the strength of the tornado based on that image. That's the kind of building that firefighters fall through the roof of. So what are you at there? Are you at Hooters or something, Frankie? Where are you at, Frankie?
Like in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Ah. Okay, here we go. We can have a little look-see.
Yep.
There's I don't know. Okay, that's boring. Still kind of boring.
Chopper one.
But this guy, has he got eyes on a tornado? That's what I want to know. Sure is green looking right now. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Like whenever I've seen Los Angeles in a movie.
I remember, yeah, I was there early 2000 during that that drought there, or 2014, about 2014, 2011, and it was just dry when I was
Yeah, it
there
didn't
last
look
time.
like everything didn't have that bright green color that it seems to have right now.
Yeah.
And what does that do? Everything's growing again. Well, that means next time it turns dry, there's something to burn all over.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
so
right.
this is just here's some rain. That must be a big deal.
Oh yeah, that's the convective showers pushing through LA. You
I was
see,
hoping to see like some footage of a tornado,
I think
but that's here we go. That's better.
there you go. So that's the tornado from earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. See
Debris.
ya, Roofie.
Yeah, some folks on Twitter called it a possible tornado, but I'm definitely calling that a tornado. Yeah,
That's a tornado.
the possibilities.
Yeah. I mean, seeing is believing. I mean, come on.
Mhm.
You don't need to have the professionals come in and analyze that one before we
No.
know it was on the ground, and just the twisting, ripping motion too.
Yep. Oh yeah. So and then higher elevations dealing with the snow. So you got the tornado at the lower elevation, and you go up higher, and they're dealing with snow. The mountains north of Los Angeles there.
So they've had it really bad. So that's why today I'm wearing the this awesome California Highway Patrol hat.
So yeah, I'm just gonna read through the winter storm warning, just north of the mountains of Los Angeles here. So this is we have potential for 10 to 20 inches of snow between 5,000 and 6,000 feet, and 2 to 5 feet above 6,000 feet. So travel will be very difficult to impossible. Strong winds. Also, that will lead to tree damage. 5 feet of snow on top of all the snow they've had.
Oh, another 5 feet. That's all.
Yeah.
There was a really bad tornado in LA, California. That's where Gary Dino used to live before 2020.
Oh yeah. In LA.
Let's look at new snow for the next 10 days. I love this one always.
Oh yeah.
Look at all the new snow. So there's going to be new snow even in the ocean.
Yep, that's
How does
right.
that work?
Look
How
at
does
Cape
that-
Breton Highlands. Whew.
There you go, Frankie. There's your bad weather coming.
Yeah, I might have to
A little bit to Sydney, but certainly up in the
click on
Highlands.
click on the right in the red center
So,
there.
guess what? All
Oh,
you guys
sure.
are coming to Sydney, Nova Scotia on Monday, April 8, 2024, total solar eclipse.
So 132 centimeters in the Cape Breton Highlands. When we come for the total solar eclipse next year, I want to watch it up in the Highlands. Are we going to have that much snow? Is that normal, Frankie?
Total solar eclipse Monday, April 8, 2024.
73 new centimeters for Sydney? 69 centimeters? Are you kidding me?
Frankie's gonna out snow you here.
I don't know about that, but he's going to have a pretty good go of it. And all through the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh yeah.
So this is all what here's a good way to look at it. It's like, so here's snow over the next 10 days. Well, here's rain accumulation next 10 days. It's like, well, here you can tell where some of your supercells and severe storms are going to be. You know what I mean? And you can tell where the cutoff is. So sometimes I just like to look at that new snow for even just that. My messenger's going like crazy. It's the new snow for California next 10 days. So what do we got? 96 centimeters, 110. What else we got? Oh yeah, 124, 130. Yeah. So yeah, that's well over a meter of fresh snow for them. And it's like kind of funny because you go other places where you expect to see more snow. And we're not really getting it much, are we?
Yeah, not too much. Looks like the foothills might get some decent shot of snow there, but yeah.
So I don't trust where it says snow depth here.
Yeah, I got a lot more snow than that on the ground.
Oh, look.
I'll tell you that.
What it does say is density.
Oh, density, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So that's telling because
And guess what?
you're
I got
definitely
something else to say. I did a video about major earthquake hit Japan sometime in 2023. I uploaded that video last night.
what should people in Japan do, Frankie?
I just watched the video. You have to live stream the video. That's my latest video on my YouTube channel under live.
Let's do that then.
Yes.
Okay, give me a second. I'll set it up. A world unveiling on this channel of a new Frankie video. I'm totally down for that.
Oh, yeah.
Go look up Frankie.
To make sure we have.
Oh, my new computer doesn't just recognize as soon as I put the letter F in that I'm meaning to go to Frankie's YouTube page.
Yeah. Wow.
I got it here. Give me 1 second, Frankie.
So, yeah.
And I'm gonna have to mute myself, otherwise it's going to sound terrible. And
so yeah, an hour ago it was sunny. Or an hour ago it was like cloud and fog. Now it's all sunny. Oh, here he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Frankie McDonald.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Major earthquake's going to hit Japan sometime in 2023. It's going to bring 7.0 greater magnitude earthquake or even 6.0 greater magnitude earthquake. That's going to do a lot of damage in Japan, especially in Tokyo, Japan, Kyoto, Japan, Osaka, Japan, including Sapporo, Hagadale, Japan. It's going to bring a major earthquake that's going to do a lot of shaking that can bring down power lines, snap tree branches a half, and snap and telephone poles a half because Japan lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire, lies on the subduction zone. Once those three tectonic plates rub with each other, once it slips, that's going to cause a major earthquake in Japan sometime in 2023. It's going to do a lot of damage in Japan, including Tokyo, Japan. It's going to bring tsunami. It's going to bring earthquakes in Japan. It's going to bring a lot of aftershocks right after a main earthquake in Japan. I want every single person in Japan to start doing your earthquake drills. When you're indoors, don't go underneath the tables, go underneath the chairs. When you're outdoors, don't go inside the buildings. Start an earthquake for people living in Japan, because the earthquake's going to happen anytime soon in Japan, including Tokyo, Japan, Kyoto, Japan, Osaka, Japan, and Sapporo, Japan, and surrounding areas. People in Japan, be prepared. Have your medical kits ready, have your flashlights ready, have your candles ready, have your extra batteries, generators, battery operators, and bottled water ready as well, and those generators. Because the earthquakes can do a lot of damage. Lock your dishes in your cupboards, because the earthquakes can knock out power. It's going to bring a lot of destruction in Japan. That's going to cripple the power plants in Japan. It's going to cause an earthquake anytime soon in Japan. I want everyone in Japan to be extra prepared for an earthquake. It's going to do a lot of damage in Japan. I want every single person in Japan to be extra prepared for a major earthquake. It can do a lot of damage in Japan. The earthquakes are too unpredictable. We can't predict earthquakes as well. If you have anybody living in Japan, be prepared for a major earthquake anytime soon in 2023. Take care, stay safe. Don't get caught in an earthquake. Stay safe.
Well done. Oh, Joey, you're muted.
Frankie, you got this blue screen behind you. What is that? Where did you get this blue screen from? And you got a blue sweater that kind of matches
That
it?
is the wall. That's the wall of my room.
That's the wall of your room. And when you wear that blue sweater in front of it, it almost looks like you're just a head floating.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Floating head. of
Loading
Frankie.
head.
So did you see what I did today, Frankie? Let me show you. See if anyone's... The first thing any rooftop toboggan guy needs is a meal. You're an athlete. Train yourself. Ready yourself for the day. Eat right.
No way.
Here's my brand new Diggy's Diner mug. Well, here I am once again this year on the roof of my house here in Wells, BC. And we can see we got a GT run that goes all the way down to the bottom. So I'll set the GT up here and I'll ride right off my friggin' roof. This is why you should subscribe to my channel. Every year. Some years I jump naked off my roof into the deep powder snow, but I didn't have anyone around to film it. Like when the snow was right. Now, better GT. That one's doesn't have the springs and the speed. It's hard to control it. It's springtime in Wells. So it would look like this. Yeah. Dave, I would be like, this is what it would look like if I was drinking coffee. Placement looks like with and casually product placing. You should give me a free mug, you know, in my forecast. But I drink out of for a while. Casually product placing. But okay. That one didn't work out so well. I know. I hate when I blow a good punchline. This one went better. Don't look at my butt crack. There you go. As you can see, you pick up a lot of speed on a GT when you go off your roof.
There you go, with your side mail.
Hi down there. So we always try to stay on the other side of the chimney, but I'm not doing that right now. All right, you be careful. There goes Waylon. Yeah, he's a trooper. Here goes
Go
me.
straight to the top.
Yeah, go to the scariest part. Scariest part. As far back as you can, and that way you have your weight spread out the most. That was pretty successful. That's the first time I ever completed a full run without wiping out somehow. So dig in somewhere and flip you.
Awesome.
It's always been. How was your meal and how's the weather in Wells today?
Absolutely beautiful weather. Best food in town, hands down. I'm here like every day, buddy.
Are you?
Absolutely. Diggy's Diner.
Right on. Good
Wells,
job.
BC.
We'll see you next time. There goes the 7-year-old. Nice one. I'll be here buffeting it up, buddy.
Come and join us.
Alrighty, bye, Shannon. Take it me nicely every couple days. Here I am on a shovel, Frankie. Oops, didn't go well. No, the shovel had to come off the roof anyway, so might as well. There's Willow. Look at me, it's okay. Please. Once it says. No, I honk twice. That's what I do. I'm not a one honk kind of guy. I don't care what it says. Now jump. And the rule is the kids cannot go on the roof if I'm not up there too. Certain times of year, and now every time you see me drinking coffee and you see that mug I got in my hand, you'll know where it comes from. This one of the biggest. Anyways, so that's yeah. Sometimes there's a certain times of the year the snow gets just right here that you can on the roof, that it's nice smooth run off, that it's nice and soft in the bottom, that the piles of wood that are usually outside are now completely part of the snowbank, so you have no risk of hitting anything in the bottom, right? So This is one of those times where the snow is just right. But there's other times where it's right for jumping. So that's when you literally you come to the high part where you saw me looking over the edge there, and when the powder's about 1 meter deep, you know, because we've just had like 5 days of consecutive dumping, you jump off the roof there. And sometimes I do it in my underwear because it's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's all we got, eh? Like, that's a lot we just went over.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and furthermore,
volcano, we were up to Indonesia and still spewing ash up in the sky.
Mount Marapi, it also blew up in 2010, didn't it? So a ridge of high pressure over British Columbia will provide sunny and dry conditions in BC today. As you've noticed, the ridge will weaken though tonight and Thursday, allowing rain and alpine snow to spread over BC coastal areas. The BC interior will see increasing clouds on Thursday with scattered alpine flurries developing over many locations. A funnel system off the northern Alaska Panhandle will spread snow to the White Pass today. The system will weaken tonight and snow tapering off to a few flurries. So that's kind of the thing that, I'm not too happy about, is that this great weather we've been having. The weakening ridge of high pressure over the BC interior on Thursday will allow high clouds to spread over the region, ridgetop winds light. But looking day 3 to 4, we're gonna have more snow in the coming days than I want, but nothing that's really a story.
Yeah.
A trough of low pressure on Friday will give mainly cloudy skies to the BC interior. A trough of a weekend on Saturday, allowing some partial clearing over the western interior, while mainly cloudy skies and scattered flurries persist over each eastern region. So I do see, like, in 7 to 10 days, there could be a significant dump in the mountains.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, we're really in a holding pattern of boring. It's just that we've had the best, the southerlies bringing the nice boring up, and instead we're going to be just flirting with lame weather.
Yeah, lame weather.
Yeah, lame. I hope everyone out there who's watching enjoyed seeing us nerd out, and mostly just testing to make sure that all the new things I set up for video pad or for the Zoom meeting work. So that's cool. And I got other video filters I could use if you like.
Oh yeah,
play with in the future. Yeah, could, and you probably have these too.
Maybe. Oh, yeah.
So,
Video settings.
Yeah, look at that. All the new things we can do in this channel. We can use these things that I'll never actually use because I think they're really cheesy.
Cheesy.
Post picture's nice,
Backgrounds. Oh, we have two.
I'll stick with because that best exemplifies who I am as a human. And I don't know how to upload. Oh, here we go. I can add it. Okay, so because I'm all using a whole new computer, right? So it's.
Then you got the total solar eclipse on Monday, April 8, 2024 in City, Nova Scotia. You're come down City, Brandon. You're come down City, Joey, and Imogen.
I'm coming.
Yes.
You're going to do it, aren't you, Brandon?
Imogen's coming too.
So here for a background, this is my cat on top of the toilet.
Yeehaw.
That's a pretty good background.
Oh yeah.
And it's good. I can practice with all these. Eventually get what I want. Here's Meowie hanging out with a Frankie McDonald bobblehead. So like that's one that we really like around here. There we go. Frankie McDonald bobblehead and Meowie. I might use that. I might use that during the show some. That's a good one, eh?
Oh yeah.
That's classic. And of course, then we have the Frankie McDonald bobblehead on the porch of Wells here. I like that one. I should use that as my screen sometimes.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice too. Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And isn't that hilarious that our bobbleheads came on the same day, Brandon?
I know. That is hilarious. Yeah, so I saw you got yours, and then I went to the post office, and there's my bobblehead right there. We ordered right at the same time too, I think. Yeah.
You're pouting, and the funny thing was that I was going to the store because I was hoping a package of weed was there, and when I saw it wasn't the weed, I was like at first disappointed, and then I realized, oh wait, that's my Frankie McDonald bobblehead.
Yeah.
So yeah, good times in Wells. So that's good. I'll put a couple of these. I don't have a lot of photos in this computer yet, but I'll find some good background ones that we can use at different times.
Different times, yeah.
Yeah. So that's Willow today on the roof. And
up on the rooftop.
She had quite a spill going off the roof just after this picture was taken. But you should see these kids ski, right? Like a 15-foot drop isn't that big of a deal.
Oh yeah,
They're a
probably
game.
can ski better than I can. That's for sure.
You know, and then when you think about just what tobogganing in the mountains is like in general, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know. Kids are brave here. They got no gloves on, no snow pants on, snow tobogganing off the roof. It's too bad. There, I need to be right in the middle of
Then they
this.
got the Shaw TV reviewing the video before you even show it on TV. They got to investigate and review it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
That's a really advanced hard work. That's really advanced work.
Yeah.
It is. You know, that's the thing. It's like they ask you for a lot, and you know, if I was not in poverty, then maybe be like, yeah, sure, that's a lot of it. Great amount of extra work. But you know, I guess what it was when I seen that last week, partly too is like, you know, it's 2 hours before showtime. I was already hungry. I got things on my mind. And it's like, I can't, you know, I need that review to come. I need that review to come a little sooner in the week so that, because I'm kind of in my mode at that time. You know what I mean?
On the TV channels, that means they got commercials in between, commercial breaks in between parts of the TV show and things like this. TV show means when they film it, like all those TV shows and things like this, it says it's copyrighted by the company and production company in the end credits.
That's right. And you know, someday it's not impossible to think that we could actually take our show we make every week and turn it and sell it to, you know?
Yeah.
Every one of us get something out of this. It's not crazy to think. Maybe we're not ready for that kind of thing yet, but and certainly Shaw is a hard test.
Mm-hmm.
In that, but yeah, like I say again, if I got that same review back on our last episodes on Monday, I'd probably be like, oh, okay, I'm starting my week, and here's some things to think about. But when I get it 2 hours before showtime, I'm like, don't tell me what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a performer in a way. You get it.
Oh yeah.
I get into my zone, and then it's like, I don't want to hear anyone tell me anything at that point. Nobody asked a freaking question on the chat, and I bet you no one's even watching anymore. But hey, if they are, glad you came by. And Frankie's gone, and I guess that good sign that maybe we should do the same. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Thanks for chatting with me, Brandon, and working out some of our software kinks and making sure that all the different settings I changed on Zoom, like you can see, I have better quality image first of all. So if you go into your video where it says stop video and there's that little thing, video settings, you might be able to turn yourself to HD.
Okay.
And get a better quality image too, right? So
yeah, let's see.
Certainly you are, you know, you look like fucking 1995 right now.
1995.
It's like there's a 240 pixel Brandon.
Video.
You see an HD button.
Touch up my appearance. See what that does. Nothing. Adjust low light. Oh, let's do that.
Do you see the HD one though?
Let me scroll here.
Video settings. It should be right at the top. Camera, original ratio, HD, 2 check marks.
HD. Let's put you on HD. Here we go. Oh. Here we go. HD. Yep. Pressed HD. Turn that off.
So you just have a bad camera.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Bad camera.
So maybe what we should do is consider, I know you got the good mic now. This camera's got a mic built into it, so that might bum you out to go and buy the same thing. But I still think you could use your mic as it is. It's still a better mic. You should go and get one of these Logitech. It's 4K.
Yeah, I have to. I think I got something here, Logi here, but it's a
4K.
It doesn't want to work on the computer here for some reason. So
it's a separate camera that you know. And then what I actually have it doing right now is it's sitting on top of my laptop while I'm running the show out of my main hub computer, and then can use the laptop in front of me for information I need. And I'm getting to a setup that's kind of comfortable for streaming. Better quality image, better sound. It's all coming together, and that's because people have been supporting and helping. And Catherine Langley sent me birthday money, and I immediately went invested in the camera. It was like, that's what my channel needs.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I'm getting hungry after sledding off my roof and talking for 2 hours, and I think I'm gonna start making some food for the kids, and we'll see you tomorrow, Brandon.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Thanks.
Anytime.
Okay. Bye, Brandon, and bye any human that's watching.
Toodles.